Pokémon Legends Arceus is set to release in just 2 days, and if we take the midnight release into account, based on the release of this video, it will only take 1.5 more days before it gets released. Also, yesterday we got even more gameplay, revealing all final evolutions for Pokémon Legends Arceus, confirming them pretty much, and now that we already have the Pokédex available for a pretty long time, I thought why not talk about my starter Pokémon and 5 other Pokémon which I will probably pick up early game, and also talk about which Pokemon I'm going to focus on for my late game team, and I also talk about which are probably going to be the most popular, most powerful Pokemon to get your hands on. And I am super curious, guys, which Pokemon you are going to choose as well, so let's get right to it. Okay, so here we have the full Pokédex for Legends Arceus. I'm currently on Rankedboost, but you can find it all over the internet. I mean, the dex has been revealed for a pretty long time right now. If you want to check it out yourselves as well, the link will be in the description. Alright, so right here we have the Hisuian exclusives, new pretty much to the Pokédex. Hisuian, Decidueye, Typhlosion, and Samurott. Many people are obviously going to include these into their endgame party. Then we also have Weirdeer and Cleaver. Cleaver is an evolution of one of my favorite Pokemons of all time, so yes, I'm going to get my hands on this bad boy. But then also Growlithe, Arcanine. I think Arcanine is going to be a super powerful endgame character to have in your party, as well as Basculegion, but the rest is not very special. If you just scroll down a little bit more, you can see Zoroark, for example, also a pretty cool one to get your hands on. Dialga and Palkia. Gonna be really nice as well. But of course, we're interested in the full list. So right here, we start off with Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and also Oshawott. Guys, once again, let me know in the comments which starter you're gonna pick, because I think this is pretty interesting. Would be really cool if we can trade them with each other as well. But I'm definitely gonna go with Chill Vibes Typhlosion. He looks super dope. Anyways, let's continue to check out all the rest. So Shinx is definitely gonna be a Pokemon many people are gonna be interested in. Final Evolution. Luxray is also pretty powerful, but for my team, I'm gonna focus on as many A and S rank Pokemon as possible, and of course ones that look super cool. I think Crobat can be nice if you're looking for a mixture of poison and flying. We'll get to all that in a second, but right now I want to go for those top favorites. For example, Snorlax, guys. On to the next guys. We also have Alakazam right there, pretty powerful Pokemon. Also some starters. I think Chimchar would be really cool because many people love to get their hands on Infernape, so that could be a nice alternative to Typhlosion if you don't like that particular Pokemon. But Scyther is probably one of my favorite Pokemons of all time, so I will pick this bad boy. Scizor also looks super cool, Cleaver as well, but if we look at the stats, they are entirely different, so maybe I'm just gonna go with Scyther for the rest of the game, who knows. As Psychic Fairy type, this would also be a pretty cool Pokemon to get your hands on, but I think you can only find it pretty early based on the information we've already seen. Then if we go down a little bit more, right here we have Ursaluna, gonna be pretty powerful as well. Rhyperior, this one looks super bad to be honest. But right here we also have Turtwig, which can be a very nice alternative to Decidueye if you don't really like him. This can be a pretty nice grass Pokemon. I mean, Torterra is very powerful, but I personally don't like the design, so I'm just gonna skip on this. Honestly, I am a little bit disappointed of all the grass and water Pokemon we got in this particular game, but boy oh boy, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar definitely gonna be for my party. I love the design of all three. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Gen 1 Pokemon as well, of those games, so Gengar is definitely gonna be part of my party. Then I also heard people talking about Walrein. He can be super interesting for your party as he has both ice and water, but I think he looks a little bit funky, not gonna lie about that. Arcanine, S rank, gonna be super interesting. And yes, Pinplup, a nice water Pokemon alternative to Samurott if you go with Empoleon late game, but I think Samurott looks really badass, so you should probably get your hands on that one. But then also another water Pokemon, Basculin and Basculegion. I think Basculin looks really nice, so I want to get my hands on this one early game if that is possible. I mean, in my opinion, this is pretty much the improved version of Magikarp, and then Basculegion is the improved version of Gyarados. Who knows? Let me know in the comments what you think. But I was also pretty interested in Magmortar, but he only has one type, which I am not very happy about. But right here we have Magnezone. So if you're looking for a pretty strong lightning Pokemon with also some metal, this one actually has some pretty nice stats. First though, I want to get my hands on Electabuzz, just for the early game, because it's also one of my favorite Pokemon. I even had a card of him I think we went to the Pokemon movie when I was young in 2000, and he was my special card, which we got for watching the movie. I just think that Electivire looks really bad, so I'm just gonna skip on this guy and go for Magnezone instead. Then we also have Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp. Guys, this is an S-rank Dragon Pokemon, so I think you can't really miss it in your party. It's gonna be a super powerful, also cool Pokemon to get your hands on, and you can even catch it in the final evolution. I saw on some footage, so that is pretty cool. We also have this one right here, guys, Swinub of Gen 2. I think everybody needs a derpy Pokemon in their party. I mean, Mamoswine is probably gonna be pretty powerful. Good alternative to Snorlax, I think even a stronger alternative. So I am gonna get my hands on this bad boy, even though he looks super funky. That's gonna be my ice type, because yeah, it just looks super cool. We also have Avalok. They Hisuian form. I just think in general, this is a weird looking Pokemon. It's just like a rock with some feet, and that's pretty much it. But then we also have Snover and Abomasnow. If you're looking for a grass and ice type for your party, this can actually be a pretty cool choice. But at the same time, his ranks aren't fantastic, so I'm not really gonna go with this one. Zoroark is gonna be a B. Not really looking forward to that. And then at the end of the list, we have all the legendaries which we can get our hands on. But honestly, guys, some of them look super funky. I'm not really sure what happened right here, but they look like Fiverr projects to me. I mean, these things just popping out of their heads and their bodies just looks a little bit odd, man. But Origin, Dialga, and Palkia look super cool, so definitely want to get my hands on those bad boys. Of course, Arceus himself or herself, I don't know what gender it is these days, you can't tell. But yeah, the Shaman Sky grass flying Pokemon looks super interesting, and Darkrai. Guys, I've never seen these guys, so it's gonna be so cool to get my hands on these. Alright, so to summarize my starter Pokemon and the 5 others which I want to focus on for the early game. First off, Cyndaquil, Scyther, Ghastly, Basculin, Electabuzz, and also Gible. Of course, guys, this can change entirely. It really depends on what we can find and when. I think these are just going to be super cool to get my hands on. First off, Cyndaquil, because I think it's the coolest starter Pokemon. Scyther and Electabuzz, because they are probably my favorite Pokemon of all time from Gen 1. I think they look really nice. Ghastly, because it can have a very nice final evolution for the late game. Basculin, Basculegion look really nice. And then, of course, Gible, Garchomp eventually will also be a very cool addition to my late game team, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Oh, guys, before we move on, I also have an optional Pokemon right here, Snorlax, a very powerful Gen 1 Pokemon, which I think we can expect pretty early in the game as well, because we actually saw that 360 video on the official Pokemon YouTube channel where they encounter, I think, a Alpha Snorlax. So it might be possible to get your hands on this bad boy early game, so it's going to be very powerful for it. Might even be viable for mid game, and heck, even maybe the late game. It only has one type, so that's less interesting. But yeah, let's move on to my late game team, which I think is going to be really nice. Okay, now for the late game. I made my list a little bit smaller because we're also going to fit quite some optional Pokemon in here. Here it is. So we have Hisuian Typhlosion, Cleaver, Gengar, Magnezone, Garchomp, and Mamoswine. First off, Typhlosion, because obviously it's the final evolution. I think he looks pretty cool as Fire and Ghost. I think it's a really nice Pokemon to have with some pretty decent stats. Cleaver might not be the best choice as B rank, but at the same time, you will probably get your hands on this one pretty early in the game. And I think you also need to focus a little bit on Pokemon that look super cool. So that is also why I go with Gengar, a very nice Ghost Poison type Pokemon. Also, one of my favorites of Gen 1, so should definitely be in my party. Magnezone, because it has some very powerful stats, and also with the focus on some different types. We have Lightning and Steel right here, and the stats of this bad boy are actually pretty powerful. And then we also have an S-rank Dragon Garchomp. I think this one, you cannot miss it in your party either. Will have some really nice stats, some very nice moves to use against your enemies. And last but not least, the Mamoswine. I already said I wanted to have a derpy Pokemon in my party. I think Mamoswine is perfect for that. I only knew Piloswine until now, so it's really cool to see a new Pokemon popping up. And I think it's going to be fun to play with this guy as alternative. I think even a better alternative to Snorlax. It's going to be a pretty tanky Pokemon, not the fastest, but it will be pretty scary for my enemies. I love this. I just love this. So next up we have optional. So right here, of course, we have Hisuian Arcanine. Many people are gonna pick this bad boy or Samurott. I think so many people have divided opinions about the starters, so there are gonna be many different parties, which I really like about this. Crobat is also an A rank Pokemon, poison and flying, which we can use instead of Gengar, for example. So then we actually get two different types, and he also looks super cool, so it can be a nice alternative. And of course, Hisuian Arcanine S rank. I think I'm definitely gonna keep these guys as backup. I mean, in the late game, you can probably just constantly swap your party, so you don't have to focus on just 6 Pokemon. Go with like 10. Guys, it's a collection game. You can get your hands on dozens of Pokemon, so I think you don't have to limit yourself to only 6. And probably in the late game, it's going to be so easy to just swap your Pokemon, so you can just adapt a little bit on the situation, on the Pokemon that you need, the types that you need pretty much. And once again, I think it's very realistic to maybe see an entirely different party on the live stream when we start making content for this game. But I think it's always nice to just focus on some things that you really want to get your hands on. But we'll see. Maybe we'll just find a shiny Shinx and then we just go with a shiny Luxray for the late game. I mean, there is so much possible. There are so many different Pokemon to choose from. And once again, we didn't talk about the legendaries right here. Obviously, some of them are going to be part of my party, but this is the stuff that I'm looking for right now. And then we also have some, retired Pokemon is what I call them. The Snorlax, which we might pick up early game, because it only has one type. I don't think it's going to be super interesting for the late game. Basculegion will be a nice Pokemon to get your hands on, but once again, since I already have these ghost types right here, I think another ghost type will be overkill. Once again, I think the Crobat right here can be a super nice solution to replace Gengar, so we don't have the double ghost type and we actually get a flying right there as well. But I simply don't want to miss Gengar, so there's that. And of course, the Electivire, I simply don't like the final evolution, so we're going to go with Magnezone instead. Anyways, that's just my team, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which starter Pokemon are you gonna roll with? What would you like to have as shiny for your late game, as final evolution? Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's gonna be awesome to get a discussion started, let's say. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Alright guys, big thanks for watching. Definitely make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed watching this one, and of course if you are new to the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe as it is entirely free and there is so much more coming your way. We're gonna start streaming this bad boy at the release, make a lot of content for it, and of course if you want to be part of my community, almost 5,000 members on the Discord, make sure to check it out. It is in the description. Right now though, it is 4 AM out, so I'll see you on the next premiere or live stream. Have an awesome day. Take care. Peace.